I'd like to show you something. This is a gift that was given to me from some pastors in Indonesia. It's a tool that's used for farming, but it's also a weapon. And something interesting about a tool or a weapon is that this is not something that a lazy person would be interested in any way. One of my pet peeves is laziness. Lazy Christians. I don't think that those terms should even go together. Let me tell you what Proverbs says in the Message, chapter 24. One day I walked by the field of an old lazy bones, and then past the vineyard of a loud. They were overgrown with weeds, thick with thistles, all the fences were broken down. I took a long look and pondered what I saw. The fields preached me a sermon and I listened. A nap here, a nap there, a day off here, a day off there. Sit back, take it easy. You know what comes next? Just this. You can look forward to a dirt poor life with poverty as your permanent house guest. Well, those are interesting verses. You know, a lot of people think that, being lazy, their idea about laziness is crazy. They think, well, I'm a Christian and I shouldn't have to do anything and I'm saved by faith and not by works. But James says, I'll show you my faith by my works. And so you can't be a Christian and do nothing and say, I'm a Christian. Jesus came to save our souls. He can't say, I'm going to save you and then follow up with nothing. So people can't say, I believe that Jesus is the Son of God, He's the only way to heaven, and then follow that up with a lazy life. It makes me crazy. Listen to this definition of lazy from the dictionary. Disinclined to work, activity, or exertion. Slow moving, sluggish. That's the definition of lazy. I used to know this guy, and I used to work with him, and he said, I only got 2 speeds. And if you don't like this one, you're definitely not going to like the next one. And that's funny to me. How can people brag about being lazy? It's crazy. Let me give you some other verses in the Bible. Let me tell you some things. This is what it says. Lazy people are in bondage. Proverbs 12:24. Work hard and become a leader. Be lazy and become a slave. Lazy people have a lottery mentality. Proverbs 13:4. Lazy people want much but get little. Those who work hard will prosper. So there's people that want to wish, but they're hoping that they're going to win a lottery or get lucky. They're like Forrest Gump Christians. They think those things are just going to happen to them. Lazy people are destructive. Proverbs 18:9. A lazy person is as bad as one who destroys things. Lazy people are poor. It doesn't mean all poor people are lazy, but it does mean that lazy people are poor. Proverbs 20, verse 4. Those too lazy to plow in the right season will have no food at the harvest. Lazy people look for the path of least resistance. Proverbs 21:5. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. Lazy people always have a reason or an excuse why they don't have to do something. Proverbs 26:13. The lazy person claims, there's a lion on the road. Yes, I'm sure there's a lion out there. That's funny to me, because if a person said, there's no lion out there, go to work, they would go and tell other people, well, can you believe that they wanted me to do something? I said there was a lion in the road. Who would expect something? So what they do is they find excuses. They're always on the lookout for an opportunity to say that they have a reason to do nothing. So lazy people are very creative in their ability to find reasons to be lazy. Lazy people love to sleep. Proverbs 26:14. As a door swings back and forth on its hinges, so the lazy person turns over in bed. Lazy people love to sleep. If you're sleeping more than 8 hours a night, unless you have some medical condition or you worked really hard one week and you're exhausted and it's once in a while to catch up. But if you sleep more than 8 hours a night, you are a lazy person. Get out of freaking bed. There's no excuse. Get up. Don't say I'm tired. Everybody's tired. Go to sleep and wake up. That's what people do. Lazy people, they want to lay in bed all day. And then lazy people think they have everyone fooled. I like this. Proverbs 26:16. Lazy people consider themselves smarter than 7 wise counselors. You know what? Lazy people think that other people believe all their BS. They are full of it. Nobody's falling for it. Lazy people, please do something. Get a job. Get up. Do ministry. Have a servant attitude. Be like Jesus. Jesus made the most of his time. He didn't waste time laying around being lazy. And so people that are Christians, they think it's okay. But laziness is selfishness. And I'll tell you something else. Lazy people are not passive. If you want to see how active they are and aggressive, all you have to do is suggest that they do something. You'll find that they're going to get mad. They're going to throw a fit because they will defend their right to do nothing. Matter of fact, lazy people will fight to do nothing. Laziness is selfishness. It's self-rule and rebellion. People that don't want to work are rebellious. Let me tell you something. You know why young people stay up late at night and want to sleep all day? Because all of the people that are mature and are going to do something are asleep at nighttime. So that's when the young people want to be awake. So no one can tell them, hey, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? Then when everybody else goes to work, they go to sleep and they say, well, I was up all night. And then people feel sorry for them. Go to bed when it's time to go to sleep. Wake up when it's time to wake up and go to work. Otherwise, be poor and don't cry. Lazy people are so selfish that they'll be creative in their laziness. They will find ways to be lazy. They're always looking for a reason. You know what? They're watching for an opportunity. Any situation that presents itself, they'll jump in that situation and they'll put themselves in it, and then they'll say, can you believe that they tried to ask me to do something? When the truth is, they don't care about that situation. They're so selfish, they're just looking for an opportunity to do nothing. Now let me tell you about procrastination. Procrastination is the brother of laziness. Those two spirits, they walk hand in hand and work together. Let me tell you what lazy people do. They wake up and they think, here's something that I need to do. I think I'll do it later. And then they sit around doing nothing, thinking about all the stuff that they should be doing. Then they feel busy in their mind, although they're doing nothing. Then if you call them and you say, hey, I have something for you to do. Do you think you can help? They say, no, I'm busy. I have to do this and this and this. When the truth is, they're not doing any of it. They're just sitting on their freaking butts on the couch. So procrastination makes them feel busy when they're doing nothing. And then if you say you're not busy, they say, well, look at me, I have this to do and that to do. It's all a bunch of excuses. We have to conquer the flesh. That's the answer. Go to the cross. Submit your life to the Lord. Stop making excuses for a lazy, undisciplined life. Paul said this in Galatians 2:20. I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. We need to make up our mind. We're not going to rule our own lives. We're not going to lay around. It doesn't matter. There's no excuse. It's time to get up and get at it. Get at it in your job. Get at it in your school. Get at it in your faith. And get at it in your ministry. It's time to make things happen. Stop sitting around and whining that you don't like how things are going. And don't get mad every time someone asks you to do something. And remember this. After Jesus was crucified, he got up. It's time that you get crucified. Crucify the flesh and then get your butt up off the couch and get to work for the glory of God.